Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive.
I'm thrilled to be here,
Today we're all about brain health,
keeping that mind sharp, especially as we age.
and we've got some really interesting sources to dig into.
Oh, yeah?
We've got a study linking egg consumption to Alzheimer's risk,
Fascinating.
a report on the biggest dementia risks by 2050,
Can't wait to unpack that.
and even a deep dive into the endocannabinoid system
The ECS?
and its role in ADHD.
Now, that sounds like a random mix, but
Trust me,
I promise you.
it'll all come together in a surprising way.
Absolutely.
Ready to unlock the secrets to a healthy brain for the long haul?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with this study on eggs and Alzheimer's.
All right.
I mean, we all know eggs are like a breakfast staple, right?
Yeah.
Right? But could they actually be protecting our brains as we age?
Well, this study,
Mm.
it's called the Rush Memory and Aging Project.
Okay.
They followed over 1,000 older adults for almost 7 years.
Oh.
And what they discovered was really interesting.
So what did they find?
Those who ate more than one egg per week
Okay.
had a significantly lower risk of developing Alzheimer's dementia.
Really?
Yeah, but it gets even more intriguing.
Okay.
They also examined the brains of participants after they passed away
Okay.
and found that those who ate more eggs
Hmm.
had fewer of the physical signs of Alzheimer's
Wow.
in their brain tissue.
It's not just about feeling better.
Right.
It's about actual visible changes in the brain.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
It is.
So what's the science behind this? Why would eggs have such a protective effect?
It all comes down to a nutrient called choline,
Choline.
which eggs are packed with.
Okay.
Now, choline might not be a household name,
Right.
but it is absolutely crucial for brain health,
Got it.
especially memory function.
So how does it work?
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Your brain cells use choline
Uh-huh.
to create acetylcholine,
Okay.
which is a neurotransmitter.
Gotcha.
It's like the messenger carrying signals between brain cells.
Oh,
And those signals are vital for learning
okay.
and forming memories.
So choline is like the building block,
Yes,
and then acetylcholine is the messenger.
exactly.
But how does this all tie back to the Alzheimer's protection?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
The study found that the amount of choline people consumed
Mm-hmm.
explained about 39% of the protective effect of eggs against Alzheimer's.
Whoa, hold on.
That means almost 40% of the reason.
Okay,
Those egg eaters had healthier brains.
got it.
Could be attributed to their choline intake.
So it's not just a coincidence. There's a
Okay.
strong link.
Exactly.
It's almost like we're
Yeah.
giving our brains the raw materials they need to stay healthy and fight off cognitive decline.
I like that analogy.
That's a pretty compelling argument
It is.
for adding more eggs to our diet.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got one potential weapon
Right.
in our brain-boosting arsenal.
Yeah.
But what else should we be doing
Well,
to keep our minds sharp as we age?
our next source
Okay.
paints kind of a sobering picture,
Oh.
but also offers some hope.
Okay.
It's a report outlining the 14 biggest risk factors for dementia in 2050.
14.
14.
Okay.
Now, some of these are well known,
Like what?
like smoking,
Right.
high blood pressure,
Sure.
obesity,
Makes sense.
but there are a few
Yeah.
that might surprise you.
I'm all ears. All right, so
What are these unexpected threats to our brain power?
believe it or not, hearing loss,
Hearing loss.
social isolation,
Okay.
and even air pollution.
Air pollution.
Significant risk factors for dementia.
Hold on. Hearing loss.
Yeah.
How did that even connect to dementia?
It's fascinating, actually.
Okay.
Imagine your brain as a muscle
Okay.
that needs exercise to stay strong.
Okay. I'm with you.
When you experience hearing loss, your brain isn't getting the same level of auditory stimulation.
Right.
So certain areas might start to weaken.
Interesting.
And this can also lead to social isolation.
Which further compounds the problem.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about what's going on inside our bodies, but also how we interact with the world around us.
Exactly.
But with 14 different risk factors to juggle,
It's a lot.
it can feel a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, the good news is
Okay.
many of these risk factors are interconnected.
Okay.
So addressing one can have a domino effect,
Mm.
positively impacting others.
Okay.
For example, regular exercise
Uh-huh.
can help with weight management,
Right.
reduce blood pressure,
Okay.
and even improve mood,
Interesting.
combating both physical and mental risk factors.
Okay, so it's not about trying to be perfect in every area.
Right.
It's more about...
It's about making small, sustainable changes
Got it.
that have a ripple effect.
I like that.
Think of it as building a strong foundation for your brain health,
Okay.
brick by brick.
I love that analogy.
Good.
Now, this report highlights the importance of lifestyle factors.
It does.
But our next source dives into something completely different.
Oh.
The endocannabinoid system?
Or ECS?
The ECS?
It sounds incredibly complex.
It can be.
But what does it have to do with brain health?
Well, the ECS, it's this incredible network of receptors and neurotransmitters
Okay.
found throughout your body.
Got it.
And it plays a role in regulating a whole host of functions, from
Oh.
mood and sleep to appetite and pain.
Wow.
And yes, you guessed it, brain function too.
So it's like
this hidden control panel influencing how our brains operate.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Good.
The source material we have specifically focuses on ADHD.
Yes.
And the ECS.
Right.
Can you break down that connection for us?
Research is emerging
that
suggests ADHD might actually be linked to an imbalance in the ECS.
An imbalance?
Yeah, specifically it points to low levels of a key endocannabinoid called anandamide.
Anandamide.
Now, this might sound like a mouthful.
It is, but anandamide is nicknamed the bliss molecule for a reason.
Wow, the bliss molecule, huh?
Yeah, it interacts with the same receptors in your brain as THC.
Wait.
The psychoactive compound in cannabis.
So our brains naturally produce something similar to THC.
You got it.
That's wild.
It is pretty amazing.
So does that mean we're all walking around slightly high?
Not quite.
Okay.
Anandamide is produced naturally in our bodies, but it's quickly broken down by enzymes.
Got it.
This prevents it from having those same long-lasting psychoactive effects as THC.
So it's like a subtle tuning system for our brains, helping keep things in balance.
Exactly.
But how does this all relate to ADHD?
Well, remember how we talked about choline being a building block for the neurotransmitter acetylcholine? It turns out that choline is also a precursor to anandamide.
Interesting.
And some researchers believe that low levels of anandamide might contribute to the dopamine deficiency, often seen in individuals with ADHD.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Dopamine? Isn't that the neurotransmitter associated with motivation and reward? The one that makes us feel good when we achieve something.
Exactly. Sorry.
In individuals with ADHD, this dopamine system isn't functioning optimally, which can lead to difficulties with attention, impulsivity, and emotional regulation.
Exactly.
So if low anandamide is contributing to low dopamine, could boosting anandamide potentially help with ADHD symptoms?
That's precisely what some researchers are exploring.
Interesting.
And while the source material focuses on ADHD, the ECS's impact goes far beyond that.
So it's bigger than ADHD.
It is.
Okay.
Emerging research is looking into its role in Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other neurodegenerative diseases.
So the ECS is shaping up to be a major player in brain health overall.
Absolutely.
Not just for specific conditions.
Not at all.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
And what's fascinating is there might be natural ways to support the ECS.
Oh, like what?
Beyond just diet.
Interesting.
The source material mentions natural FAAH inhibitor.
FAAH inhibitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have to break that down for me.
All right. So think of it this way.
Okay.
Your body produces anandamide.
Right.
But it also has an enzyme called FAAH.
FAAH.
Got it. That breaks it down. FAAH inhibitors are like little shields that protect anandamide from being broken down too quickly, allowing it to exert its effects for longer.
So they're basically amplifying the bliss molecule effect.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how all of this ties together.
Good.
But where can we find these FAAH inhibitors?
Well, the source material mentions biochanin A.
Biochanin A.
Which is found in red clover.
Red clover.
It's a natural compound that acts as a FAAH inhibitor.
Interesting.
There are other natural FAAH inhibitors too.
Oh, like what?
Like those found in nutmeg, berries, and even maca root.
Wow.
This just goes to show that nature provides us with an incredible array of tools to support our health.
This is all so fascinating.
It is.
But our source material also dives into the debate between pharmaceuticals and nutraceuticals in treating ADHD, which raises some interesting points for our brain health discussion.
Absolutely.
What are the key takeaways there?
Well, it basically highlights the pros and cons of each approach. Pharmaceuticals like Ritalin, they work by directly targeting dopamine. But they can come with potential side effects. Nutraceuticals like those natural FAAH inhibitors we just talked about, they offer a gentler, more holistic approach.
Got it.
By supporting the body's natural systems.
So is it a case of one being better than the other?
It's not that simple.
Okay.
The ideal approach might involve a combination of both. Tailored to individual needs and preferences, the debate itself underscores the importance of understanding our bodies and exploring all available options. Whether it's dietary changes, lifestyle modifications, pharmaceuticals, or nutraceuticals, there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
That's a great point.
It is important to remember.
It's about empowering ourselves with knowledge. And making informed choices that align with our individual health goals.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, come on us.
I want to emphasize that what we're discussing here, these are insights based on research.
Of course.
Not medical advice. Always crucial to consult with a healthcare professional.
Absolute.
For guidance tailored to your specific situation.
We're all about sparking curiosity here, giving you a deeper understanding.
Right.
But when it comes to making health decisions, a qualified expert is always your best resource.
Absolutely. Now, if we connect this back to the bigger picture of brain health, the takeaway here is that there's growing